Tonight, Chicago police are releasing very little information about what led up to what they're calling a traffic stop that then turned into a deadly shootout, killing a young Chicago police officer. The first panicked calls came over the radio just after 9 Saturday night.
Officer down, shots fired.
Chicago police officers had come under fire. Immediately, it sounded bad.
Officer down, 6-3 in Bell. Officer down, 6-3 in Bell. Get to the unit. I want a perimeter set up in the location.
Police say 3 officers from the community safety team were conducting some kind of traffic stop.
During the course of this investigation, officers were fired upon and they returned fire.
Give me 2 ambulances needed for 2 officers down.
Hundreds of officers amassed outside University of Chicago Hospital to stand guard and pray. Inside, doctors couldn't save Officer Ella French. A little more than 3 years after her police career began, French died in the line of duty. Early Sunday morning, officers ceremoniously escorted French's body to the medical examiner's office.
Last night, in an emergency room, amongst tears and fears from the finest and the most courageous people I know. A mother lost her daughter last night. A brother, his sister. A family forever shattered. Another continues to keep vigil at a hospital bed, sending up powerful prayers, but no doubt fearing the worst.
Police say a second officer is struggling to stay alive. Police sources tell the ABC7i team the officer, a 7-year veteran of the department, was shot 3 times and has a bullet lodged in his head.
I'm asking Chicago to wrap their arms around our police officers today.
Footage from 2 nearby security cameras shows the scene after the attack as first responders arrived. Police say investigators recovered a weapon at the scene. Tonight, police say one of those suspects who was injured in the shootout is still in the hospital being treated for injuries. They say 2 other suspects are now in police custody being questioned by investigators, including a female they say who was initially able to get away from the scene last night. So far, none of those suspects have been charged.
One officer and left a second officer in critical condition.
WGN's Kelly Davis now live at CPD headquarters with the very latest. Kelly?
Good evening. CPD officers have been in and out of the hospital all day long as one of their own continues to fight for his life this evening. Meanwhile, the investigation into this murder is taking another step forward. Police announced charges against 2 brothers today for murdering Officer Ella French and critically injuring her partner.
These are dangerous people who don't mind killing officers or people in Chicago.
Police say 21-year-old Amante Morgan pulled the trigger. Morgan is charged with murder, attempted murder, and unlawful use of a weapon. Police say his older brother Eric Morgan was driving the car. The 22-year-old also faces charges.
These 2 offenders killed Ella French and tried to kill the 3rd and 2nd officers there. That's the only person we're pointing the finger at today.
Police say Officer French and her partner pulled the Morgans over for expired plates. This was on 63rd near Bell, just after 9 p.m. on Saturday. There was a struggle between Amante Morgan and Officer French's partner. Police say Morgan shot the 39-year-old officer 3 times. He's currently fighting for his life in the ICU.
The officer who was shot and injured, who is still in critical condition, is incrementally improving from Saturday night's tragic events.
But when Officer French came to her partner's aid, police say Amante killed her. Superintendent David Brown says the murder weapon was an illegal gun.
But for these types of traffic stops, our cities wouldn't be safe. The criminals who possess illegal guns are driving violent crime here and everywhere in this country.
This comes as federal prosecutors charged Jamil Danzy from Hammond, Indiana, for illegally buying the gun, then selling it to the Morgan brothers.
We talk about the guns they recover, and every one of them being a deadly force encounter, potentially a life saved. Saturday night, that became more than just words.
Police say there was also a young woman in their car on Saturday night who has not been charged with a crime just yet. They say they don't have any evidence against her at this time. Meanwhile, the Morgan brothers will be in court tomorrow. Reporting live from University of Chicago Medical Center, I'm Kelly Davis, WGN News.
Thank you, Kelly.